Kids, close your eyes because Google and Apple are both getting a spanking in today's episode. I spank them because I love them.
Get daily tech news in a way that doesn't suck. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode.
Hello there, and welcome to Front Page Tech, of course, show that gives you all the latest tech news from one geek. That's me. To another, that is you. Happy Thursday. I know it's Thursday because I triple checked this time. I've had the day wrong every single day this week, and today will not be the same. I know it is Thursday. I have it right. I will not be a victim of my own stupidity this time. You will. Welcome to the show. Okay, story numero uno. Nobody freak out. It's fine. Just a very, very minor issue. And that issue is, let's just say hypothetically that every single Apple Watch has a defect. Every single one. All right, so some dude in Colorado has filed a suit against Apple. And according to his lawsuit, he is claiming that there is a flaw in every single Apple Watch. Every single Apple Watch that causes the screens to crack, shatter, or detach from the body of the watch. Through what he says, of course, is no fault of the wearer, and sometimes this happens only days or weeks after the purchase of the watch is made. Now, this is a class action lawsuit asking Apple to pay $5 million in damages for refusing to acknowledge the issue. So he's claiming that Apple knew at the time or even before the watches were released that they were defective, and obviously the designs have been the same through Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3. Now, to clarify, Apple is not acknowledging this defect. However, they have acknowledged the defect with Series 2 watches where the batteries actually swell up inside, causing the screen to, well, crack or pop off. Now, seeing a story like this, normally I would be like, you know what, whatever, fuck off, Kenneth. That's the guy's name. But knowing what we know now regarding Apple's most recent class action lawsuit regarding the iPhone 6, Bengate, and touch disease, knowing that they lied to consumers, they knowingly sold a defective product. They knew it was going to be defective before they released it. They released it anyway. There's a whole bunch of issues, and they make consumers pay for that, and it only comes out now, years and years later, that they know that they lied to consumers all this time. Because we know that, I wouldn't put it past them that there's a defect with the Apple Watch. A defected defect with the Apple Watch, and they kind of avoided it. I guess we'll find out soon, though. What do you guys think? I don't know. Timmy, I'm kind of worried for you, buddy. All right, I hope you're sitting down because this next story is going to shock you. And we'll tell you about it right after the break.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
So, Facebook fucked up in terms of your privacy. Again, I know, we're all shocked. All right, so apparently there was a bug that was active last month in Facebook land, that switched the suggested sharing settings on some users' posts to public. Obviously, usually those settings are set to, well, what you set them to. Like if you want your settings set to totally private or your friends only. It didn't listen to any of that and just showed the world because f*** you. They say the bug was active between May 18th and May 27th, although they say that they were able to stop the error on May 22nd. Okay. The issue is that they could not actually revert the posts back to previous settings until about 5 days later. All right. I mean, whatever at this point, what do you expect? It is Facebook. With everything happening right now, you're still using Facebook and then you get shocked when your stuff is shared publicly. Does it really matter? Does it really matter anymore? You shouldn't be posting anything on the internet that you wouldn't want the internet to see. Nothing is private these days. I don't care what your settings are set to. And it's Facebook. I mean, what? We can't even blame them at this point. They're just like a limping dog right now. And chances are you didn't even know. You didn't even know that your stuff was shared publicly. So there's no reason to bitch now just because you found out. Okay, so let's all just try to keep a smile on our face for this next one. A prototype for the Google Pixel 3 XL has leaked. Imagine that. And the notch is there. Number one. And number two, it's big. Okay, so here is the leaked prototype of the Google Pixel 3 XL. It was leaked on the XDA forums. So from what we can see on the front side, there's a notch and a chin. Oh, it's a twofer. and stereo speakers. On the back, there's a single rear camera, which is cool because that sort of destroys the whole no need rumors. You know how they said they didn't need a second camera? Everyone said this year there's going to be a second camera, and they're going to eat their words. Apparently not. Still single rear camera. Also looks like it has a glass back, so that's interesting. And the emblem on the back is not the regular like Google G logo, which makes people think that it's fake. No. Instead, the emblem on the back, I think, is just like a placeholder. It's a non-final prototype emblem sort of thing. Dude, Google, what in the f*** are you doing? This is a monster. It has a big-ass chin and a big-ass notch. Like, what are you even doing? The point of Pixel devices is like, you're setting a prime example. This is the hardware that Android should be running on. Take notes, every other Android OEM. These are the notes that you want them to copy. This is the prime example of like top-of-the-line flagship Android device from Google themselves. F*** you! You are embarrassing all of us. Now listen, I'm gonna cut you a break because this is a prototype. You have time. Fix it. The design could change ever so slightly. You can pull that notch up, which leads me to my next question. Why is the notch so long and droopy and saggy and deep into the phone design? Like, look at this thing real quick. Look how deep the notch is. Just a question. As notches get older, do they start to sag and get droopy and get real deep in there? Now, I know you're like, John, are you really comparing this notch to an old saggy pair of grandma titties? Uh-huh. And that is the show. Hopefully you liked it. You learned something. If you did, hit that like button. If you hate my stupid face now, hit the dislike button. And of course, if you subscribe, what? Goodbye.